Yay! We're live.
Oh, it's Monday again.
Gee, I was about to say it's Friday. Thank
I
God
know.
you're here. It's just days now. Just days.
It's always been. It's been days and hours and whatever for 2 years now.
Oh my God, you're right.
The only numbers that we seem to keep track of with some accuracy is our subscriber count.
I know, right? It's an obsession right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. It is April 11th, 2022, and you are watching the Ragin to the Vlogs, and we have this really cool intro.
The creator and writer of Nightwolf, as well as the founder of Lone Wolf Comics. Do you love stories about anti-heroes and supernatural beings like werewolves, vampires, demons, witches, zombies, and more? Then Nightwolf is the comic book series for you. Nightwolf's unique take on theology and mythology encompasses elements of horror, magic, fantasy in a modern setting. Born into an outcast breed of werewolves known as the Monokai, 18-year-old Rodney Marcelli is reluctantly thrown into an ancient war between good and evil in today's world where the line has been blurred. With the help of Snowpaw, the pureblood Monokai, Rodney must learn to master his newly found lycanthropy and mysterious kinetic energy power that only he possesses. Rodney must fight the Dark Covenant in order to avenge his friends and family, and to save the girl he loves from the master vampire, Lord Malice. Rodney Marcelli is Nightwolf. Thank you for taking this creative journey with me. I appreciate it so much. So what are you waiting for? Join the Wolfpack today.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. Oh my goodness. So welcome everybody to another Monday, another week starting I guess however your work week is going to start with us right now. So hi everyone, my name is Daphne Lage and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992 because I have nowhere else to go. And I am known for the funny animal fantasy adventure Tall Tales. And my medieval fantasy soap opera, Egoraven, Heir of the First Unicorn, now in its last 2 days on Kickstarter. In the meantime, you can read both my comics online at Tall Tales Online, that's Tails, and egoworks.com, where you can check out all of my videos on how I make my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage art. And if you are joining us from regions beyond, from Twitter, from Facebook, from all those other places, come on over to YouTube, like and subscribe, join our sexy people in the chat. You'll have more fun here. So Nita, who are you?
I am Nita Lanning. I am the CEO and executive producer of the Ragin 2 Broadcast Network. And hi and bye, Frog.
Frog is just hopping through, just like he does. There we go. So who else is in the chat?
So we've got Allison in the chat. Alley Cat's in the chat. Let's see, LDG, Michaela J.
Oh, welcome.
Daphne Lage.
Oh yeah, well, I have to do my link spam.
Who's simping now? No, just
right.
Oh my God! Did you watch that shit? Was that crazy?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God! And I looked up, and in the top right-hand corner was Daphne Lage. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God!
I mean, it was sweet. It was just a very sweet video. But it just goes to show you just how much I think we've both grown, broadcasting all the time, and just how I mean, it's just really funny seeing how, I guess like how shy you are. Oh, yes.
Nice.
How shy you are in that video. And then now it's like going, fuck y'all.
Oh my god, I was watching it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is some simp shit here. What? Oh man, it was awful too because it was like 5 minutes tops because that's when Mare was torturing me.
Right. Oh, she was trying to get you out of your shell and doing more vlogging.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it just goes to show you how she had a longer range vision than either of us, I guess. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so speaking of numbers, I mean 300. So yes, make sure you subscribe to the Ragin 2 network. We are how many people away from 300?
Last time I checked, only 2.
Oh, so we just need 2
awesome.
of you, right?
That would be
but you know what? We would like
24 hours.
That's like the minimum. That's the minimum.
Yeah, that's the minimum
right now. So yes, we just want to thank everybody who's joined us from the beginning in February and stuck with us. Apparently, I'm really happy that we seem to be providing entertainment value for your viewing pleasure. I kind of hope that also we're very educational and I don't know. And like I said, it's we try to do a little bit of everything. If you're in comics, if you're in crowdfunding, if you're an artist, if you're a creator, we just want you to I don't know, get something out of this and enjoy yourself while you're at it, and that's and I'm happy that at least 298 of you agree with that. So thanks everybody again for joining us. So I guess let's do a little housekeeping before we start because it's like we do have a guest coming up in the next half hour. So so what do we got? Yes, the Oswald Chronicles. Let me get my end up here. So I just want to thank the 94 backers who have supported this campaign so far. We have 9 days to go. This is the next story arc for our little magical mouse. If you've never heard of Oswald before, this is the perfect campaign to jump on. Like I said, it's the next story arc. It's a 4-issue limited series, and this is the first 2 issues of that. We also have volume 1 that's available as well, so you can start the story from the very beginning. So yes, the Oswald Chronicles by J.D. Calderon at 9 days to go on Kickstarter. So support that.
And Daphne.
There. Yes.
Final countdown,
Oh yeah, holy moly! I still think this campaign is trying to kill me. But so Egoraven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issues 1 through 4 plus the prequel. So if you decide to support the Oswald Chronicles, you have 2 more days to add Egoraven to your pledge list so that you can unlock the exclusive 16-page story that I am currently working on that you will be getting as a PDF if you support both campaigns. So I just want to thank the 140 backers on Egoraven. We have 52 hours to go, and we're less than $1,000 away from unlocking the currently exclusive 8-page story that will be printed in issue 4. However, we have to reach 6K to get that. Help with your pledge. Get the campaign to $6,000. Break all my campaign records and get an extra 8 pages added to issue 4. Also,
speaking of crossovers.
Oh, exactly. And that means you have 52 hours to go to support Egoraven and Nightwolf campaign. Links are in the chat. If you support both our campaigns, you get this exclusive print. So once my campaign closes, this print is off the table. So if you want all these crossovers, make sure you pledge. And of course, 52 hours left to get all these variant covers. Look at this gorgeous variant cover. How can you not want this? Support the heir of the Ragin Empire, Nita Lanning, with her variant covers. Love this thing. You want to love it. You want it in your collection. It comes in regular. It comes in virgin. Comes in hollow foil. The last 52 hours to get all the variants, all the crossovers, all the individual issues, because the next campaign, Egoraven campaign, is going to be the Volume 1 trade paperback, and the slate is getting clean. So if you're a collector of individual comics, this is your last chance, your last call to get everything from this campaign.
Get my baby's cover. I'm so proud of her.
Get this cover. You need to own this cover in your collection. So yes, and of course, with all these campaigns, we need to fulfill. So what better way to fulfill your campaigns than by saving 5% on your next Gemini mailer order using our coupon code RAGIN2. So save, at least, save on some, either the taxes or the shipping will be covered by that 5%. Every little bit helps, especially in this economy. And if you have any questions, any comments, you have an idea or a topic you want to hear us talk about on the show, contact us at raginavc@gmail.com, and we'll most likely will answer it. Oh, and don't forget the last campaign that we want people to also pay attention to is the Fellowship of the Indies. Is that card still there?
No, it's gone.
Really? Okay, then I might have accidentally deleted it then. Well, the link is in the chat. Fellowship of the Indies. I want to thank the 12 backers who have supported the campaign so far. We have 27 more days to go. 7 comic creators, 9 comics in one campaign. If you're not familiar with indie comics, this is the campaign to jump on, because it's like you're guaranteed to find your next favorite comic. If not, all of them will be your favorite. But yes, so support these creators. And like I said, I want to thank the 12 backers for so far in this campaign making us more money than a sham distributor vanity project that got us into this situation to begin with. So thank you again. So like I said, links are in the chat and in the show notes.
Good morning, Jody.
Good morning. Yes.
Oh, Allison, it was so bad.
The video.
It's so bad.
I mean, but the thing is that it really does. People. So YouTube is kind of like that weird part of social media where people kind of like, they think they can kind of do with it. Like when we think of social media, we think of Facebook, we think of Twitter, we think of Instagram, we think, and it's like, I'm not sure if, well, I use compression gloves. I think that YouTube, strangely enough, is kind of like underutilized as, I guess, a social media tool. And right. And in the end, it's like, that's why I guess Meredith was really pushing you in that direction, that it's like, no, you don't understand. It's like, this is going to be important. And it took me a while to realize like how important YouTube is in terms of this whole atmosphere, especially in the last 2 years, when
it's been essential for marketing.
Yeah, that it's like, we're all stuck at home. The only thing we have is an internet connection, at least, right? So then YouTube just blew up as, I don't know. It's like kind of like, the go-to marketing tool. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who don't utilize it.
Right.
I just want to thank JD for having us on his show yesterday. If you want to check out the replay of Talking Comics on a Sunday, we had a really good time. We had a really good panel. And that was the thing. You helped put together.
Welcome.
Hey, you helped put together that that a lot of that panel, and a lot of people wouldn't come on saying that they don't do interviews,
Right.
or they don't do online, like video interviews or anything. Right. Like what's your take on that? Like, do you think they're missing out? Like, or they're like, what do you think?
Yeah, I think they're missing out. Some of them have their own followings anyway, but I think they can. I mean, what's it hurt? It's another way to expand your network. Cast out there everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, all of it. YouTube, use it all. Instagram. Some people like Reddit, just whatever, wherever you're comfortable. And of course, they're not necessarily comfortable doing their own channels, but I mean, a fucking interview, man, throw up your card, your like this shit here. Boom. There you go. Nobody has to see you. You could pick your nose, scratch your ass, whatever, but you could still nobody's going to see your mess. Your kids running around in the background. Let's talk. That's it. What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah, it took me a while to understand that YouTube wasn't just about what is it? It wasn't just about I don't know, just making videos. No. Like that. In the end, it's like what you're really doing every time you're on YouTube, every time you're on broadcasting. And unfortunately, I'm just remembering now that I forgot to do something before I went online. I knew I was forgetting something, but it's a little too late now, but I have to do with that later. What you're doing every time you're online, every time you do a live stream, you're essentially making a commercial for yourself. And it sounds a little weird kind of thinking about that, but
I used to wear pants too.
Yeah, I know, right? Shoes is a thing for me. It's like if I don't have to wear shoes, But I've done some streams in my pajamas.
We have.
Yeah, we've done. It's like especially if a stream is late enough for me.
And April 16th, we're gonna do that
exactly.
again.
Speaking of streaming in our pajamas, April 16th, we're doing the second episode of House of Bob again. I just have to kind of like get the artwork together for that. Join us in the chat because I want to make this episode a little bit more interactive. We're going to be making mascots for House of Bob, and I would really appreciate it if everyone can come and help me do that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's pants, shoes, and bras. So doing a video, doing a live stream, that's a commercial. You're running an infomercial for yourself, pretty much. If everyone remembers infomercials back in the late 90s and whatnot, it's like, but instead of selling OxyClean, you're selling yourself.
Why'd you go to OxyClean? Could you just have been like Sham Wow or Micro.
Oh, right. I don't know. That was the one that came to mind at the moment. Yeah. But you're right. Like Sham Wow, right? No, OxyClean was what came to mind. But yeah, so it's an infomercial for you, for your work. So like we see how people act when they see people on TV. So yeah, what we're doing is YouTube. It's like, and I think it's a little overblown. I mean, I understand statistically that YouTube is actually beating out streaming services and actual network television as what people watch the most. Like more people are watching YouTube than they're watching network television. So on one hand, it's like, yes, we're technically on TV, but the thing is, though, we're still doing YouTube, So it's like, let's not get too crazy. with it, because in the end, it's like we're not a network. We're just individual people talking to a camera and hopefully entertaining people. People find us compelling enough to actually watch us, and we don't have to slap anybody. It's like although there are people who do deserve to get slapped, we don't have to do that for ratings. Obviously the information that we're giving you, and I guess the way we're giving it to people seem to like that. Yeah, is exactly is sufficient enough without having to resort to dramatic gimmicks or whatnot. So, but it's like so Meredith, I guess, kind of understood that it's like, for you to move to the next level, you had to get used to filming yourself, which is a huge hump, by the way. I'm not going to say that this is easy on any level, because it does take getting used to be, to be in front of a camera and be able to talk to a camera, and kind of like get that idea that
make me doing it solo.
Yeah.
Which was like really, really hard, because I had a problem. Like, I could banter with someone, but I had a problem speaking into a void.
Yeah.
And it was like, I would literally sit there and be thinking in my head while I'm trying to think of what needs to come out of my mouth, thinking in my head, please nobody say anything in chat. Please nobody say anything in chat. And I would just spit out whatever I had to say as fast as I fucking could and be like, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but that's
5 minutes.
But then it's like you have enough consistency. Okay, let me put it to you like this. Everybody's first video is going to suck.
Not everybody calls their first video their virginity vlog.
Right. Well, you know what? I bet you if we did a search on YouTube, you'd be surprised. But that's the thing. Your first video is always going to suck. Kind of like how your first issue is always going to be your weakest one, in your series by the time you get to issue 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like there's always going to be this improvement. And the more consistent you are with being in front of a camera and talking to a camera and getting used to people in the chat and interacting with them, that you're going to get better at selling yourself. And that's a funny thing, because like us being here right now at this moment, I don't feel like I'm selling myself. I don't feel like, it's like we're just talking. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the people out there. It's like, but there's something that happens where I guess like people, they see you, and yeah, people see you, and then it's like it's almost like you're in the same room with them. It's kind of like the whole celebrity thing or whatnot. Except we're far from that, But but that's the thing though. It's like we are selling ourselves by being online, but at the same time, it's like we're also just being ourselves. And I hope that that you would that when we do offer up something actual for sale, like our Kickstarters and whatnot, that we have developed kind of like this rapport where it's like, okay, well, I've seen their vlogs. I kind of know how she is. Hey, Glenn, or they are or whatnot. And it's like, let me try out what they have to offer, because, I guess it's like, if you really want to get clinical or analytical with it, it's called like a parasocial relationship, but it just sounds so
kinky.
Well, so yeah, that's kind of, yeah. So if you're kind of hesitant about YouTube, really, it's like, don't really try to kind of like incorporate YouTube into your marketing scheme when it comes to, your creative output, your books, the books you're producing, or, your writing or whatnot, because it really does a lot. Like I really do think a lot of the growth that we're seeing is directly related to being online. So in terms of on video, on YouTube, so that's kind of so are we still 2 away? so that's why these numbers mean something to us, because it's like I said, it means that when you subscribe, it means that you care enough about we're entertaining you enough that you want to keep hearing from us. Now, here's the thing. Here's the catch, though. We have almost 300 subscribers. The stat that I keep reading is that 80% of the people who watch our videos don't subscribe. So there's a lot more of you out there who are watching our videos and not subscribing for
touch our button.
Yes, exactly. All you have to do is just click that button, help a couple of girls out, and and help us get to that next milestone, which is 1,000.
If you hate us, like our dudes.
Right, it's like
everybody loves Randy.
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like there's something on the channel that you're going to enjoy. If you're not into listening to us every Monday and Fridays, we have something on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. So that would be us, and Saturdays.
But we're gonna have another Friday soon.
Oh, so there you go. So you're gonna find something on this channel. Like I said, we have a guest coming up. On that note, like I said, just try to expand yourself a bit. So we're going to throw some bumps. I'm going to try to take care of what I forgot before I started. And hopefully we won't leave Mr. Oden in the lurch, but he is backstage. So give me a minute and we'll be right back after this.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the craze. If you are an independent, catch the craze. Making moves on your own, catch the craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the craze. Join the movement, catch the craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. Yeah, you want to do it. Catch the craze.
And we are half back. Hey, how's it going, Michael?
Living the dream. Where is it? Is Daphne seriously missing? There.
Right. Yeah. Well, I forgot to set the coffee maker.
Oh no,
we can't have that. We can't have that.
How could you do that? You're a New Yorker. You're supposed to be better.
No,
about
it's supposed exactly. It's supposed to be second nature, but the one thing.
It's like if you're not starting your morning with bagels and coffee, what the
No,
fuck
absolutely
are you
no.
doing,
I got the bagels. So, Oden, welcome back. It's been a bit since we last spoke.
I feel
Roach ball.
It's one of these things where like I step away for a little bit to like handle personal stuff, fulfill books, and kind of get in the right headspace to come back. And then when I come back, a nuclear bomb's gone off.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like
okay.
It's like, you know what it is?
What a year! What a year!
What a year! You're that meme where the office is on fire and you're walking in with the pizza.
That's exactly what I feel like. And it happens every time.
Right.
I was actually talking to Nita about this because she was like, yeah, and it was like the Wheeler thing happened like the first time. I was like, yeah, except I didn't take a break when the Wheeler thing happened. Like that happened while I was still around. But then like I disappear and I come back and everything had happened with Rob. And then I disappear and then as I'm coming back, everything's going off about we're not going to address
issues.
that.
Yes, distribution issues.
Everyone knows exactly what happened. We're not going to go talk about that because that
it's a little too fresh. And
it's not even that it's too fresh. It's just this is supposed to be fun, right?
Yeah, you would think, right? It's like we're doing comics. It's like what is all this?
But so I it's just one of those things where like I feel like I come back and it's like step over the nuclear waste.
Right,
here.
exactly. I got a crowdfunder to put on.
That scorched earth over there, pay no mind to it. Look at this unicorn girl and mouse over here.
Yeah, exactly. So, Oden, why don't you tell everybody who you are, the people want to know.
Well, I don't know how many people in the chat don't already know me, but if introductions are needed, my name is Michael Oden. I am the founder of Nine Realms Publishing. I've created such titles as Elysian Fields and The Embrace, and currently have a campaign going where you can catch up on all of our back catalog of content, as well as get a very stupid and fun book called SPQR's Bizarre Adventures, which is fully completed, and the digital, the print file is being inspected this week, and the digital book will be sent out to all the backers of SPQR here within the next few days.
Right. So you've been keeping yourself busy. You started off with Elysian Fields.
Yes.
I kind of thought as a book, it set the tone for the type of stories you like telling. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's like there was just something like okay, this is like, really what you're into. And then you came out with The Embrace, which I kind of thought was a little left field for you. I don't know. It's like there was just something about the way you handled Elysian Fields and that was so different from The Embrace.
That's something that I kind of like. Look, man, I love telling stories, and there's no limit to the stories that I really like to tell. Obviously, there are certain genres that I'm not as strong at, what have you. But one of the big things that I really wanted to push with Nine Realms Publishing is to showcase the various different types of stories you can expect from the brand, right? Like, yes, I love telling epic stories with heroes of mythology and this, that, the other. I'm a huge freaking history nerd. I'm a huge mythology nerd. Anyone that's seen me on any stream where like the Iliad gets brought up has been subjected to a 2.5 hour audited lecture on the themes and character dynamics in those books. Like, I adore those things. I absolutely do. But I grew up with superhero books, so of course I want to tell some superhero stories. I am an unabashed weeb, so of course I want to do silly things like SPQR. freaking I have a whole bunch of other stuff in the creative pot that again is just going to be those things where people are going to look at it and it's going to be like, that's different. Like, it looks cool, but that's different. Like,
which is funny because, like I said, from Elysian Fields to the Embrace, and then when I saw that this was your next project, SPQR, I looked at and I go, "There's Oden. There he is." It's like that's what he's supposed to be doing. It's like it's kind of like it felt like you were going back to your Elysian Fields roots. With it, like the connection was there for me.
There's definitely a little bit of that in there. Absolutely. Like I as I said, I'm a huge history nerd.
Yeah.
And like I do love me some JoJo. And after a week of being sleep deprived and seeing one of my favorite history channels post some JoJo inspired merch, I went, "Oh, Julius Caesar as a stand user would be really cool." And I drew it and posted it to Twitter, and people were like, "Yes, do that. Do that thing."
Yeah, because that was because also the thing is that Roman history. Well, you got my attention now. Because I am such a Roman history nerd, and the fact that you also did this the person you found to do the artwork for this
was easily one of the best creative finds that I have made in my career.
Right. I mean,
phenomenal.
Can we bring up the campaign, Nita? Do you have the link to it?
I can put it in the
okay. Because you just if you guys haven't seen this, you have to see this. And what was also funny too was that I was just coming off of like a binge watching of, I don't know, it was some BBC documentary about the rise and fall of the Roman Empire, and they were talking about specifically about the difference, like technically Pompey is considered like the real father of Rome, but it was Julius Caesar who knew how to document it.
Well, no, so this is what I would say of the first triumvirate. It's really interesting because when you look at this thing from the historical context of its time, Julius Caesar is the last freaking person in the first triumvirate that you would have expected to come out on top of this. When you look at the first triumvirate and look at what they brought to the table, Crassus was the piggy bank. He was also a very experienced military leader. He put down the Spartacan revolts. Pompey had a massive military career from being under being one of the most trusted generals of Cornelius Sulla. He fought probably Rome's greatest enemy since Hannibal and beat him. He defeated Mithridates IV of Pontus, who used effectively pirates to screw over the Roman supply chain. And so the Romans were always lacking supplies and everything. And they were fighting on Pontus's turf in the east. So Pompey was this unprecedented military genius. And what you had from Caesar was, well, this guy didn't really have a military career up until this point, because he spent much of his youth in exile because he was a relative of Marius. And so, of course, Sulla had him on his prescriptions lists. And so, he had fled Rome. He didn't have much of a military career outside of personally funding some ships together to deal with the pirates that had kidnapped him as a young man. He didn't have much of anything, but the big thing that he had was he was a part of what would be considered the popularists party today. He was a member of the Popularii. So he was very popular with the Roman people, but he was in crippling debt. he had no real money to offer. He had no military legacy at the point that he was a part of the triumvirate. The only thing that he had was the love of the people, which, you know, in hindsight, like, obviously, like, this is one of the most valuable things that you can have. But like, if you were living back then and prior to Caesar's governorship in Spain, which leads into his, you know, Gallic campaigns and everything like that, and you told the Romans of that time that Julius Caesar, in the next 10 to 15 years, Julius Caesar was going to become the most prominent person in Rome, and he was going to completely unsaddle the institution of the Republic, you would have been laughed. You would have been laughed out. You would have gotten your ass kicked, because it's just so crazy. And it's really interesting because from a modern context, we see Caesar and all of the things that he accomplished in Gaul and in the civil wars and everything like that. And it's just, this man's an unprecedented military genius and is one of the best military minds of his time, if not of time, you know. But like, when you look at it through that lens, the important narrative lens from a historiographic standpoint, Caesar was a freaking nobody. Like, the only thing that he brought to the table was the people liked him, but most of the Senate hated his guts. Cato the Younger certainly despised him. I think probably one of my favorite Julius Caesar stories isn't even a story about his military exploits. It was Caesar had received a letter while they were in the middle of a Senate hearing, and Cato the Younger, who despises Caesar, is sure that he just got like a note about a bribe or something like that. And so he demands that the letter be read on the floor. And what this letter turns out to be is a love letter from Cato the Younger's sister to Caesar, going into some very spicy details about the affair that they were having.
Nice.
And it's just absolutely fantastic.
By the way, everybody who's watching right now, if you ever wondered what it looks like when you guys are in the back of the comic book store arguing about, you know, Wolverine and Superman and who would win in a fight, this is what it sounds like. You know, because this is me and Odin weeping out. This is like, tell me more about Pompey. Tell me more about Cato.
And that's really the interesting thing, is it's like you look at history and there's these beautiful stories back there. It's really good times. And like, superheroes are great and everything, but they draw their inspiration from somewhere, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and so obviously, you know, you have your love of this historical, you know, reality. And mind you, that I have to look up that story. That's a really funny story. It's like, oh, we're just going to read dirty love letters in the Senate. So what made you, so you said that, I guess you did a drawing as a goof, and I guess so many people reacted to it. You went, I need to make this a reality, and this is how you ended up with SPQR.
Not even just people reacting to it. Like, the initial tweet that I did was, I did 2 sketches, one of Julius Caesar with his stand, and one of Pompey Magnus with his stand, and I posted these up. And within like 5 minutes, the tweet, like, it had been retweeted like 10-15 times, and it had 20-30 likes, and I had gotten 5 inboxes from people asking me if I was going to make that happen, if that was going to be a thing.
Take my money.
It was literally just like, you know, I got the response I got. It was just, well, I guess I need to find a way to make this happen, you know, it's interesting because like this campaign started off with me just trying to remaster Elysian Fields and what have you. And when I had announced that sign up page back in like September or October of last year, after being up for like 2 or 3 weeks, we hadn't even cleared 50 signups, right? I had message from previous backers like, hey, as cool as this is, I already have these books. I appreciate it, but I think I'm going to miss out on this one. And so like, I had just had this campaign just kind of sitting there, expecting it to just, expire. And then SPQR happened. And within a week of me like retooling the campaign to focus on SPQR and getting that out there and starting promoting it, we reached over 150 signups within a week. Like,
something woke up everybody.
Yeah, like the campaign itself has generated a lot of buzz. We have over 1,300 campaign visits in less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, just that artwork alone. I mean, the fact that you were able, like I said, the fact that you were able to find. How did you find this artist?
So that's funny. Avery Ferdinand, who is the colorist of Elysian Fields, works with a lot of manga style artists on commissions and what have you. And so I knew I needed somebody that could imitate Araki, like, and do a good imitation of Araki.
Yeah.
If you're going to commit to the shtick, you got to go.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
You got to go hard.
Yeah.
Right. So I talked to Avery and I go, all right, I need somebody that is able to imitate JoJo. I need someone that can imitate Araki's art and do it well. And within like 2 seconds, he goes, Caria Salviejo, here's her contact information. Get a hold of her. Like, I guarantee you she can do it. And oh boy, could she.
Right.
It was awesome. Glenn Fleming is saying Julius Caesar was no military. Face it. Let's face it. He didn't understand the principles of a simple ambush. That is so incorrect. It's not even funny. Like the siege of Elysia alone disproves that. Like Julius Caesar was able to do with his legions stuff that nobody else was able to match through up until like Trajan. Like literally the unprecedented military genius of Julius Caesar. Like not even just from a tactical standpoint, but from an engineering standpoint. Like his ability to turn a battle into something so much more grand. I mean, like you're talking about created miles of fortification in a day. Yeah, and I do know what happened to Julius Caesar. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that he gave clemency to literally everyone that rebelled against him because he didn't want to be Sulla. He didn't want to go through the cold rep of having everyone proscripted. And he wanted to show leniency. This is one of the things that I think is very interesting about Julius Caesar. And the more that I study him, the more that I think that this becomes apparent, is that despite a lot of people trying to make Julius Caesar out to be the bad guy of the story because, after Caesar, the empire rises, and the Republic falls. What a lot of people don't realize is that the Republic was already dead. The first triumvirate proved that. The first triumvirate took advantage of this system of the Republic and used the fact that it wasn't malleable, that it wouldn't adapt, to control it. These weren't even like official political positions. It was just the three prominent people in Rome using everything that they had at their disposal to ensure each other's goals. Make sure that there was always that two of them were always in the consul's seat. Make sure that they were constantly getting the governorships they wanted so that they could go and do the military campaigns that they wanted. And this is what they were. The Senate was broken well before Caesar came in. And when Caesar became dictator for life, I honestly don't think that he would have established a monarchy. There is a reason why he didn't become king. It's because he wanted to fix the broken system. He was trying to push reforms that would have made the Senate more indicative of the representation it was supposed to provide to the people, because that's how he got it to where he was in the first place. He was the People's Party guy. Like Caesar gets vilified by the Stoics and everything because, oh, you brought down the Republic. The Republic brought down the Republic. They were out of touch. They weren't able to adapt. They weren't making any of the reforms that the organization needed to better do its job because we have to keep it the way it was since the founding of the Republic and since the kings and this, that, the other. Everything has to be done because it's religious, But Caesar wasn't bound by that. And so he gave these people forgiveness despite the fact that they went out in all-out war against him. He gave these people forgiveness to showcase that he wasn't going to be a tyrant. And because he was making these changes that would have made the Republic work better, and we have proof of this in the reign of Octavian, because Octavian literally just did what Caesar was going to do anyway, and literally ushered in an era where, as he would put it, I came to Rome, a city of brick and mortar, and left it one of marble.
I mean, hold on. I love this. I absolutely, and if I had the time, I would just let you go on because it's like, you know what? As somebody who cut my teeth on I Claudius at 9, and I've been a hot mess for this type of thing ever since. So, but let's talk about the campaign. Why don't we run the video?
Also, Kemonotaku, he did not create the policy of decimation that was Marcus Crassus. So,
oh, there we go. Side note.
So. Side note. Like you can try and throw these things out here. This is literally what I study for a fucking living. So
and make comics about it. So yes, why don't we play the video and we'll talk really quickly about the campaign, because like I said, I could have you go on talking about the history, the actual history for hours. I can literally have you do that, but we only have 10 minutes left. I mean, I'm very looking forward to this book. I have to say,
it is a great time. And like the best part is it's like, I get this question all the time. Do I have to have seen or read JoJo to get this? Absolutely not.
Well, do you need to know actual Roman history to get it?
No, because it's not accurate. I mean, look at Julius Caesar in this freaking book.
Yeah, for real.
Julius Caesar looks like he's in his 20s. Julius Caesar was 51 when he crossed the Rubicon.
So it's never too late, my friends.
Yeah.
You too. It's never too late to start a civil war.
No, never. Alea Iacta est forever. Okay. But this has been a great time to make this book, and it's been really fun to see the response and what have you. We've got a lot of people that have come in and really just dug what we were doing.
Yeah.
And we even got I even got Pax Romana's YouTube channel to promo the campaign a bit to his audience, and a few of them have been coming in. It's been just a really fun experience, and I think that's the best way to put it. And the ultimate goal of the campaign is, of course, to get a war fund going, so that I can continue to make books and have them be closer to finished when I crowdfund, so that we have quick turnaround. But at the end of the day, we've funded, we've come here and we've done what we needed to do, but absolutely help us keep pushing away. Yeah. I would love to get through at least the 6K stuff, but if we're able to somehow manage getting to 10K, I have a very special surprise for people as a stretch goal there that is going to make everybody that wants more Embrace content very, 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 very happy.
So is this going to be a continuing series, or is it just like a one shot?
It depends. It seriously depends. This was so fun to do, and I do have other stories in mind. But like at the end of the day, like there also has to be the interest there. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely some interest that's been shown, but we need to have the backers to really prove that like there has to be that backing quality element to it. And as much as I would love to do the other stories I have, and trust me, they're fucking good. The one that I am probably going to do if we do another one, like the next immediate one will be, and it will be like a full-size manga. It will be Caligula waging a war against
Neptune. Dude, I am so there. I am so there if you do that. The art will be inspired by Stone Ocean, and Caligula will be modeled in a way after Jolene. No, I am so there, dude. I am all freaking about the thing that really inspired this was I saw the best defense of Caligula a few weeks ago, and I was just like, oh my god, if that turned out to be true, Caligula would go from being like the worst emperor ever to quite possibly the first troll. Well, you see, and that's the thing too, because also it's like, especially the one thing that I keep hearing about studying Roman history, though, is that the Romans were really, really good at character assassination.
Absolutely.
So there's actually a lot of debate as to whether a lot of the stories that we hear, especially about Caligula, are just made up.
I don't think that they're made up, because like some of this shit, it's too outlandish to be true. But the primary sources are written by the people that hated Caligula the most.
Right. Yeah.
The wealthy elite that were having to pay for all of his extravagant bullshit. But at the end of the day, the guy clearly had at least somewhat of a good head on his shoulder. He came up with the system of aqueducts. But
freaking!
I think that the whole trying to make him sound insane thing very well could have been a character assassination. I actually think that he probably did do a lot of those things, but the defense I saw was just like, yeah, he did all that crazy stuff as a way to piss off people he didn't like.
Right? Yeah,
it was a middle finger. Like even the war on Neptune was like, yeah, effectively it was one of his legions that wouldn't accompany him on one of his party yachts, and so he said, okay, you're afraid of water? Cool. You get to go fight a war on Neptune, go stab the ocean, and collect seashells as bounty. And it was a punishment. And I was like, that makes a very surprising amount of sense.
Well, like you said, it's like he probably was the original troll. And yes, I am going full weeb on this. Like I said, this is how you guys sound when you're arguing who would win in a fight.
Oh man! So from the desk of a small press publisher asks, Roman history through Golden Wind. So one of our stretch goals is actually a 7-page Awe, because Giorno has the 7-page Muda. Well, I can't have Roman people screaming Japanese, and so Julius Caesar's stand, instead of ora, which is what Star Platinum says Awe, which is Latin for hail, right? So if we unlock that, you get an additional 7-page, I guess actually 6 pages that is just spread after spread from different angles of Pompey getting his face pummeled in by Julius Caesar and his stand.
Look, extra pages, people. We all love extra pages. So what was the stretch goal for that?
That one's at 5,600.
Oh, 56, and you're at 38 right now with 14 days left.
Yeah, man. Like that's not that. Like that's 16. That's effectively $1,600. That's not too bad.
Right.
Help us get there.
Absolutely. I mean, so I just want to. From this direct descendant of Visigoths, I would like to thank
You
Michael.
monster.
Yeah, I know, really. Look, I was just surprised as anybody to find that out. Yes, I'm a direct descendant on my grandmother's side. On my grandmother's side to Spanish Visigoths. So there we go. We never left Spain at that. At that. But yeah, so from this Visigoth, I would like to thank Michael Oden for coming on our show and completely turning this into History Channel light. You know you all loved it. You know you all loved it. You know,
let's be real. Everything that I said on this panel has way more validity than anything you see on the History Channel.
What made the seashells valuable? What made the seashells so valuable?
They were just punishment.
It was just like that was the whole
also
point. Was
currency, and why? Do you know why? I could tell you why, because I'm a nerd there. These shells right here were the types they were collecting. That little purple tip. Purple was a very hard color to come by.
So it's
this is the dye. It's just
that's
actually little bitty.
That's fantastic.
That's there you go. So
nerd out.
Woo.
Purple,
Nita coming in with the sneak fact at the end.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. So I want to thank Michael Oden for coming on the show. Also, just a reminder, you see, we're completely educational. You just never know in what though. So thank you again. Tell the people where they can find you, Mike.
You can find me on Twitter at Elysian Fields _0. You can find Nine Realms Publishing on Facebook. You can find it on YouTube. And most importantly, you can find SPQR's Bizarre Adventure and Elysian Fields Remaster on Indiegogo. We are live now. We are already funded, but we are trying to get as far along on that stretch goal list as possible. And we got some great stuff up there.
No, absolutely. So for that, so Nita, that's kind of like it for us. So where can everybody find you?
On social media at C_chaos 24/7. Anywhere you see Ragin too. That's
right.
It. I'm there.
There you go. So I just want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank everybody who's watching us. It's like if we didn't get to your comment, we do see you, we do acknowledge you, and we appreciate the support that you're giving us. And on that note, for me, if you want to see more of my work, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. And you can also catch me every Wednesday as well for my live streams on my YouTube channel at Daphne Lage Art. And also, don't forget, Egoraven has 2 more days on Kickstarter. We're very close to unlocking 8 pages. You want extra pages in your comics. We all love it. Let's get those stretch goals. 2 more days.
And get my baby's cover.
Yeah, get the variant covers. Get the crossovers. You have 2 more days to do it. And also, when you're at egoworks.com, don't forget to sign up for my monthly newsletter. Well, it's a little bit more, a couple of times a month. I try not to be annoying with it, but yeah, it's bi-weekly. Yes, because there's a lot of campaigns coming up. So it's like I have everything scheduled for a while. So if you don't want to miss out on any of the campaigns that I have or any new projects, make sure you sign up and get updated that way. So on that note, we bring this Friday to an end. Again, thank you everybody for joining us. Support all our campaigns.
I know, she totally did it.
It's Monday.
But tune in Friday for a special announcement, because we're going to talk about another show coming up.
Look at that. It's like, look at that. It's like, my Monday. This is how my Monday started. I wished it was Friday already. You see, this is what happens. I forgot the coffee. It's because I forgot the coffee. That's the thing. I forgot the coffee and I'm completely thrown off. That's what it is. So it's Monday. I know it's really, it's like bagels are not enough. But you know what? So there you go. So it's Monday. I'll see you Friday. I'll see you Wednesday. Check out the rest of our show during the week. And as always, eat your food, stay moisturized, mind your business, and do the work, because when you do the work, you never have to fake your accomplishments. And just for Odin, just remember that every month has an Ides and all of them should be feared. So on that note, see you later.
Hit the button.